Hey guys, how you doing? Tony Purcell here, and I'm actually driving right now on my way somewhere, and I wanted to shoot this real quick video to teach you a concept that can I'm actually want to teach you how to increase your rate of learning by 10 times, how to learn 10 times faster than everybody else. And so that's what we're going to talk about in the video today. Now, here's what's important part about this. I mean, this is something that's actually real. This isn't some, weird trick or something that's just a bunch of hype. This is actually real. And I'm going to be honest with you, the real trick of how you learn 10 times faster than everybody else is you just consume content faster than everybody else. So on average, most people have only read a small handful of books from the time they graduate college till the rest of their life. But let's say somebody, is actually, a little bit more active than that. And again, we're talking about books about learning, not just like reading Harry Potter or something like that, but something that you're actually going to learn from. So imagine somebody who one book per year, they read one book per year that's actually teaching them something about something they want to improve in their life. And you read 10 books a year. You're consuming 10 times more content, and therefore you're going to be learning 10 times more. I'm going to teach you exactly how to consume a whole lot more than just 10 books a year. 10 books a year will look very small to you after you learn this trick, and it's not that difficult, but I'm going to tell you it may take some work. It may take some behavioral changes. It may take some pattern changes. It may take a little bit of preparation, but when you get it and then you just stick with it, it becomes very, very easy. It doesn't really take up any additional time in your life, and that's what allows you to learn 10 times faster than everybody else, because you figure out how to learn on the go while everybody else needs to take time out of their life to be able to learn. And that is through listening to audio. Now, the very first time that I learned this principle, I remember I was going to college and I was just walking around. I ran into somebody who was a friend of the friend that I was with, and he told me this concept about how he just listens to audio all day, and he said whatever you put into your mind is what's going to come out in your life. And the problem with most people is that the stuff they're putting into their mind is the negativity in the news, the messages that come through in the media, in the movies they watch, in the TV, and the music that they listen to, and none of it's really teaching them how to be a better person, how to become the best version of themselves, and how to really be successful in any and every area of their life. And so he said, listen to audiobooks. And he put me in touch with another person who told me, he said, if you go buy an iPod, I was just a young college student, he said, if you go buy an iPod, which was $350, to me at the time just seemed like an enormous amount of money, but I went out and I purchased that iPod. And he said, just start listening to it. So what I did was I started carrying it with me everywhere. And whenever I had a spare moment, whether I was walking, whether I was driving, whether I was exercising or running, whenever I had a chance, when I was cleaning the house, mowing the lawn, doing chores like that, I would pull my iPod out and I would actually start listening to audiobooks all the time. And just all the time I was consuming content. And here's what I found was I didn't listen to 10 books a year. I would get through a book in a week. And someone would say, hey, here's a new book. Well, what most people do, someone will tell them, hey, here's a new book, and they'll say, oh yeah, I'll put that on my list of books to get to, and then they never actually get to it. And they've got this book of, this list of 100 books long, and they're halfway through the first one, after a year and a half. But what I would do is someone would tell me, here's the next book to read, and in a week I would have that book finished because I figured out how to put it into my life. And again, it was things that I was already doing, and so it didn't take additional time. Now, the funny thing is I tell people all the time, and I've been telling people for years, listen to audio regularly. And the funniest thing is that people will still give me this excuse of like, oh, well, that's not what I really like to do. I'm not really an audio kind of person. I'm not the kind of person who walks around, and has headphones in all the time. And it's like, well, neither was I. Neither is anybody. You're not just like born that type of person. And again, I'm not saying that you have to do it, when you're with your kids and when you're with your family, because I never do. When I'm with my family, I'm present. But in those times, and I figured out, and it's taken some practice and it's taken some work. And at first, I couldn't even pay that much attention when I would plug it in and have it over my car speakers while I was driving. It was hard to pay attention while I was driving or exercising to the audio and also be able to pay attention to what I was doing but I learned. And I got better at it. And I learned how to be able to pay attention to that audio while I was driving, while I was running, while I was doing chores and doing the dishes and mowing the lawn. While I was doing those other things, I could listen to audio, and I was able to consume way more than 10 times more content, but I mean 10 times more than even someone else who was making a diligent effort. Even somebody who said, you know what, I really want to consume content. I'm going to get up early and I'm going to take some time to read a book. Now, I still recommend that you actually read books and read pages on a paper, and you're going to have to dedicate yourself to finding some time during the day. But the great thing about audiobooks and listening to audios is that you don't have to take time out of your day. You just have to learn and train yourself and teach yourself how to learn while you're on the go. It may take a little bit of time, but I promise it's worth it in the end. And when I say a little bit of time, it's not going to take you more than a couple weeks to get to the point where it's a consistent habit and you're sticking with it. And so listen to audiobooks every single day is what you need to do. The thing is, you have been brainwashed. Every one of us have. We've been brainwashed by society and by our teachers and by our parents, by our friends and our family. Everyone around us has been teaching us about life. Now, here's something so important that I didn't realize until I started listening to audiobooks, and that is that the difference between successful people and people who don't have success is all in how they think. And there are certain principles of success that are universal among everything you can think of, whether it's success in your body or your finances or your business or your career or in your relationships or in any specific career, any kind of sport, whatever it is. People who are extremely successful all follow the same principles. Now, here's what you need to ask yourself is, the people that you grew up around, were they extremely successful? The people that you learn from, the people that you watch on TV, the people that you listen to on the radio, are they having the kind of success that you want in your life? See, here's the problem is that most people want a certain level of success, but they're not listening to any of the people who have that kind of success. Here's what's so powerful about audios is that you can spend all of your time listening to people who have the kind of success that you want. You can learn what it is that they know and learn how to think the way that they think. And when you think the way they think and apply what they know, then you're going to get the results that they have. And so listen to audio. I'll give you one last reason why it's so powerful to listen to audio. Your mind doesn't know the difference between someone who you're actually spending time with and someone who you're listening to on audio, your subconscious mind. So if you're listening to, say, Tony Robbins every day, your subconscious mind is going to believe that you're hanging out with Tony Robbins every day. And you take 10 extremely successful people that you choose as mentors and you listen to them every day, and in your mind you're actually going to believe that you're hanging out with them every day and spending time with them every day. And it's been proven that your income is an average of your 5 closest friends within 10% plus or minus. And that's kind of scary for most people when you ask most people who are your closest friends. However, if you're listening to audios every day and you can say that your closest friends are, a handful of multimillionaires who have been extremely successful and are willing to share what they know with you, and because you're listening to them every day and your mind believes that those are your closest friends, then you can move yourself to the point where you have the results that they have. Again, we've talked a lot about money, but this applies to any and every area of life. Your spirituality, your physical body, your relationships, and your money. So either way, start listening to audios, figure out how to plug it into your life and how to make it consistent, because when you do that, you're going to learn 10 times faster than everybody else. You're going to re-brainwash yourself with the way that you want to think. Your mind is going to be convinced that you're hanging out with these people and you're going to feel like these are your close friends and you're going to get the results that they have. One of the best sources for listening to audio and listening to people who have the results that you probably want to get, if you want to be able to have freedom and have an influence on people and be making money at the same time, then join the Empower Network within the Prosperity Team, because you're going to have access to daily audios. Get the Inner Circle product, and you're going to have audios every single day that are going to retrain your brain on how to think. And this isn't just like fluffy, like out there, be more positive kind of stuff. I mean, obviously that's in there, but it's also going to train you to think how a successful person thinks, and think the way a person thinks who builds a proper business, and how they do it and how they think about things. And so you're going to learn that. So join the prosperity team, get the inner circle audios, and I promise, listen to those every single day for the next 90 days. Get a pair of headphones that you can wear around, you can bring with you. Listen to audio every single day. And I promise you, in 90 days, there's no income guarantee. In fact, there's always an income disclosure. However, there is one guarantee, that if you listen to these audios every single day and actually commit yourself to sharing what you learn with other people so that you become a teacher as well, so you're a learner and a teacher at the same time, if you do that, I promise in 90 days you will be a different person. You'll be completely unrecognizable. So join the prosperity team with Empower Network, get the Inner Circle audios, and start listening to audio every single day, and I'll see you on the other side.